Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my podcast, Xena Life as a Dominatrix. This is episode 23. This will be aired on Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. Today's topic, BDSM jokes, because why the hell not? We all need a laugh, and of course, laughter is the best medicine. I found these silly jokes online, and they're corny and silly and just silly, but I like them because why not? You want to hear them? You want to hear them? What do you call a vegan who's into BDSM? Any guesses? They're biodegradable. So bad. Another joke. I once knew a soldier who was into BDSM. What was his name? Corporal Punishment. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. As the owner of the BDSM club, I'd waive your fee, but I can't do that. My hands are tied. Ha 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 ha. What is it called when secret agents try BDSM? Their names are, can you guess? Can you guess? James Bondage. So stupid. I'm new to BDSM, but my girlfriend is really supportive. She said she'd show me the ropes. Oh, how nice. But in the past and present, I would love, I love humor. I love laughing in sessions or in videos. And I pulled up some humorous clips from the past from my store, Bizarre Cinema, that I would shoot with different individuals. And this one clip, the title, Getting Wet in Wicker Park. Getting wet in Wicker Park. No, it was in a pool party. Basically, the scenario was that this one individual enjoys public humiliation and he loves pissing himself in public. And he inquired about being in my clip. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, so I picked a day and time, broad daylight, in the afternoon on a very busy street in Wicker Park. And I had him stand on the street corner, and I was across the street, and my videographer was across the street with me. And then I cued him to start wetting his pants. He wore blue jeans. So it was very visible. The urine was very visible, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was cracking up. And then one woman walked by, and then another walked by, and another walked by, and they were just laughing, just covering their mouth and laughing. And then I took a stroll with him in Wicker Park with his wet pants, so all the women can see his wet pants and laugh. And that was the clip. That was so long ago. It's so goofy. And the same individual, we filmed another clip, public humiliation, where he wet his pants. And that title was My Bunny Wet Himself. So it was like a Easter, like I had Easter ears strapped onto his head, and I had him stand on a very busy corner in Lakeview in Chicago, and all he had to do is wet himself. And and he really got a rise out of the public humiliation as well. So then I had him turn to the street. And what I remember is this group of men in some car. I think they were probably going to Wrigley Field or coming from Wrigley Field. This is broad daylight, but they were yelling from their car, like, yo, yo, like laughing hysterically and just making fun of him. So I'm like, wow, they're making fun of him too. Cool. And it was hysterical, but that's what this person really enjoys, public humiliation. I don't do public humiliation. Anymore. I did in Chicago, but now I like to keep things private. But it also, I couldn't stop laughing because it was so hysterical. Like, is this really happening? Is this person really wetting himself in public? Yes. Another clip, slapping the underwear man. Oh my God. So it was my friend and I, and one individual who loved being in my videos. And basically, we would slap him around and mummify him in saran wrap. And basically, in this particular scene, we wrapped him up so tight and we had to cut it because it looked like he was going to fall over. I'm like, oh, because he got a little dizzy, a little bit of motion, too much spinning around too quickly equals you could fall on accident. So that's why with mummification, it's important to be right there. But with this clip, it was filmed so long ago where it was like a superhero, supervillain scene, and we captured our underwear man in his dirty underwear, and we were just making fun of him hysterically. Humiliation can be very fun. Uh, and yeah, this was very humiliating for him, and slapped him around, and he really enjoyed being on camera and enjoyed being humiliated on camera by two beautiful women. Another clip, the ass painter. Oh my God. So this, my friend and I, we so this clip, we basically it's so goofy, it's so humorous. We shoved a shoved a paintbrush up his ass, and we had him dip the paintbrush into paint, and we had paper there, and I'm like, okay, paint me a photo using his ass cheeks. So that was pretty humiliating and hysterical at the same time. He did a half-ass job at it. Oh, funny, funny, funny. Um, Another one where, oh my gosh, this was filmed so long ago. It's named, I titled it El Pollo Loco because it involved a rubber chicken. Fake, of course. Fake rubber chicken. Um, Same rubber chicken that you would see in Sven Gulli, if you know what I'm talking about. He would have this rubber chicken, and not the same exact rubber chicken. But I think in this clip, if I remember right, I hit him with this rubber chicken because it was the category for this clip was humiliation, and he also enjoyed being humiliated on cam. So I would hit him with this rubber chicken. It was just so goofy to film, and the moans that he gave while being hit was just hysterical. Another one, another clip, anal ring toss. So, so basically, so so it's basically a butt plug with a stick on the end, and it comes with rings, and it's like a game. It's like an anal ring toss. So you throw the rings and try to land it on the stick while the butt plug, is up somebody's ass. And I would bring this game to my parties back then, and of course it was clean, sterilized, very clean, of course. And I would say, who would like to volunteer? Who would like to play anal ring toss? So at the party, people would play anal ring toss, only with one ass, of course. And that ass would be up in the air with a butt plug in it with the stick. And people would volunteer to throw rings. So one of my friends, he started to throw these rings, and then he didn't get any of the rings on the stick. And then he said, I'm bad at sports. I'm like, wow, that is hilarious. That is just, I'll never forget that line because it was just so humorous. And it just made all of us laugh. another clip, fuck my apple pie. Oh my god. So I got this idea from the American Pie part 1. I don't know how many American Pies they made, but the scene is so funny in the movie where he the character fucks his pie. I think it was the apple pie. It doesn't matter. It was so hysterical. So in this clip that I filmed with the previous slave of mine, I said, okay, let's film a clip, and I'm going to call it "Fuck My Apple Pie." And it falls under the category of humiliation. And so we filmed the clip. And then so I decided, okay, let's do the same exact scene at one of my parties. So we did. So he fucked an apple pie, a new apple pie. I had him buy another apple pie, of course. And I had him fuck it in front of everybody. And the face, like his face was beet red. It was, yeah, it was hysterical. So I used to do a lot of like public humiliation, and it was hysterical. And of course, everybody consented and they agreed. Can't just publicly humiliate somebody without consent. But it was hysterical, just so funny. So I have more and more funny stories. Let me try to remember some more. Oh my God. So another scene with somebody else. This was filmed also. I can't remember the title of the clip, but basically the person, he agreed he wanted to be in my video, and he wanted to get dolled up and be humiliated in my video. So I dressed him up in the most like a very silly looking dress that I had at the time. And then I said, okay, take that rubber chicken and fuck it. So he did. And then I said, okay, make clucking sounds. So he, while he was fucking this rubber chicken, he's like, cluck, 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 cluck. It's just so disturbing. And watching the clip it's hysterical. Uh, it was filmed so long ago that the quality is not the greatest. But and I think the videographer just like wanted to like crack up. But I'm like, just hold it in, and when you stop shooting, then you could laugh. Another funny moment, it was another clip with another friend of mine. It was like a ass teasing clip, and and we were both like oiling up each other's asses with oil and teasing the camera, teasing the viewers. And then all of a sudden, she blew a fart. It was on accident. And my videographer wanted to pass out right there. I'm like, okay, cut. He's like, I need air. I need fresh air. But it was totally on accident, but it was hysterical. That was fun to film, and it looked pretty good. And then she farted. I mean, the fart would probably make fart fetishists dream, of course. But I think if I remember right, I think I edited that part out. I can't remember. It was so long ago. And another clip regarding like, I think this was like a medical place scenario where I had one of my friends partake in the film. He enjoyed filming with me. And he loved being on camera. That was his thing. He loved being on camera, and he loved working with other dominatrixes and being on camera for them as well. So, and he was a personal friend who I miss dearly. And basically, one scene it involved a piece of Ginger, and my girlfriend was with me, and she was in the clip too. And we mummified him, and then she took the ginger and put it in his pee hole. And he's like, "No, no, no, stop, stop." and she was like, "You could take it, you could take it." He's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Oh my God," but and I've never seen that before, like a little piece of ginger shoved in somebody's pee hole. Ouch. And I think um oh, if I remember right, oh, this was so long ago. If I remember right, he did not enjoy it. And so she stopped, and I was like, "Ow. Ow, that looked really painful. I'm glad I don't have a dick." And yeah, ouch. And oh, back to the medical play. This was another medical play scene with actual sounds, not ginger, sounds, going back to my previous story, with my videographer and somebody else being mummified, and I inserted a sound in somebody else's pee hole, and my videographer was going to pass out right then and there. And I'm like, "Okay, cut, cut." I'm like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He's like, I need air. I need to breathe. I need." I'm like, "Oh." Because my videographer, has a cock, and he does not ever want to feel the feeling of a sound going into his pee hole. And I'm like, "Okay, well, take a break. We'll take a break. Let's try it again." So he tried it again, and he was such a trooper. He he filmed it while he was closing his eyes, and it turned out to be good. That particular inserting the sounds, I think for like 2 or 3 minutes, if I remember right. And the videographer just closed his eyes. He couldn't watch, and he was a trooper. So good for him. So that's art. Some people suffer for the art. um, I found this website with more BDSM jokes. It's so silly because I love a good laugh. And oh, by the way, I hope you enjoyed my previous stories. Um, I have a lot more humorous stories involving so many people, but maybe I'll share them in another podcast. But let me get to this website. People who don't practice BDSM find it hard to understand couples who do, but in truth, the BDSM couples have an insane amount of trust in each other. They are also very close, and there's a special reason behind that. BDSM couples must be very close. What with all that bonding time they have? Okay. Why do people who like bondage shy away from anonymous one-night stands? Because there are no strings attached. Ba-dum-bum-bum. So silly. BDSM while dressed as a knight is my absolute weakness. You can say that it is a kink in my armor. Now that's the kind of kink that can only be straightened out with the ropes and ties. Ha 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 ha. What's an Adam's favorite kink? Chemical bondage. Alrighty then. How can you tell the difference between a nerd and someone with a BDSM fetish? Ask them what a dungeon master is. Ha ha ha. If you thought of both Dungeons and Dragons and BDSM, then you are definitely a nerd who's into bondage. Yeah, I knew a lot of people into Dungeons and Dragons who are also into BDSM. What's the worst part about riding a train whose conductor is into BDSM? You can only get off when they tell you to. Ha 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 ha. So silly. Oh my gosh. A company is hiring someone for a business development, sales, and marketing position. They're going to call the new hire the BDSM executive. Oh, that's clever. Oh my gosh. Some people, they have their own meaning of BDSM. Like they'll call it like bacon dates sandwich mayo or something. I don't know. Ooh, bacon and dates. Interesting. Interesting combo. Sandwich and mayo. Mmm. Interesting. Not a BLT, but a so goofy, or like the term CBT could be cognitive behavior therapy, or of course cock and ball torture. That's what we know it as. Or you could call it a cake banana topping. I don't know. That wasn't funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, speaking of food, like food play is another fetish, and I know somebody who enjoys, a friend of mine, where we uh, did a photo shoot, and basically the photo shoot involved me putting my feet in a birthday cake, his birthday cake, because it was his birthday. So it was a chocolate cake, and I dipped my bare feet in this cake, and I had him suck my toes. And then right after I shoved a lit candle up his ass and sang happy birthday to him and blew out the candle. Aw. So silly. That's what friends are for. See, friends can have fun too. So yeah, it's great to incorporate humor. It's great to laugh. It's great to crack jokes. Like Sam's smartass masochists, they love cracking jokes. Like um, we call them Sam's smartass masochists. So, like for instance, if I'm spanking somebody hard, and then the smartass masochist will open their mouth and be like, "Oh, is that all you got?" And I'm like, oh, you got a little, you're trying to crack a little humor. Okay. So I'll spank a little harder, and the masochist could take it. They could take it. And of course, I set a boundary, like say your code word if it's too much, or let me know if you could receive marks. So I'm spanking and spanking, and the smartass masochist will open their mouth. That's all you got? And they do that just to try to get a rise, to see if I'll spank harder. So they have a good sense of humor too, and that's why they're called Sams. And then that's of course when they're like, "Oh, harder, you could go harder, right? Harder." So that's when the wooden paddles will come out. But a lot of warm up is included, of course, and breaking skin is not. Uh, would be a big no-no, of course, when it comes to heavy spanking, or lots of blood. That's a big no-no as well, as long as everything's safe and consensual. And then when they keep saying, "Oh, that's all you got," that's where the ball gag comes in to shut them up. I like to also have people like masochists like sing a song for me while they have a ball gag in their mouth, or if their mouth is taped shut, or if they have a panty gag with tape over their mouth while I'm spanking them. Like, okay, sing me a song, do it. and it's hilarious. And then you can't really understand the person because they're gagged. So I'm like, "What did you say? I don't understand gibberish. Speak loud and clear." And then how they sound is hilarious. "Well, I can't tell." While they're being spanked continuously by me. Another scene I remember, actually a video shoot with my previous slave. Oh my god, it was hysterical. Um, I can't remember the clip, what it was called, but it involved a strap on, and I had him suck it on film. I said, okay, sing me a song. Sing me. Oh, I think it was around Christmas time. So, yeah, it was pretty disturbing. So, I had him sing me a Christmas song while his mouth was stuffed with my gigantic strap on cock. So he was trying to sing, God, one of the songs. Oh my God, I can't even remember which one. But it was hysterical because, like, again, the videographer was trying not to laugh and just, oh my God, it was hysterical. And that's what he enjoyed. He enjoyed strap on worship and humiliation, and it looked really great on cam and off cam too, and it was hysterical, just hysterical. Oh, I can't remember the damn song, but it's so disturbing, like to think about it. But it's for me, it's hysterical and it's humiliation, and some people are into humiliation and some people are not, and that's totally fine. Um, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my stories, BDSM humor, these corny jokes, because we all need a laugh. Laughter is the best medicine, and it really is. And it's, sure, you might take yourself very seriously or be very serious in a session or have that demeanor of being quiet. And that's totally fine too. That's your choice. But for me and for other people, we, like to incorporate humor with BDSM, and yeah, it's great to have a fun laugh, and yeah, I could go on and on with some stories. I'm trying to remember some more stories from the past and the present, but maybe in another future episode I'll share more. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Xena Life as a Dominatrix. Um, and I do have a Venmo page on every episode. It states support the show. And if you click on it, it leads to my Venmo. It's not obligated to tip, but tips are appreciated. And yeah, I enjoyed this particular episode talking about this, and I hope you did too. Have a great day.